What's going on, guys? Today, it's not actually a review. It's kind of a helpful hints kind of video, or tips. I don't know what you want to call it. Alright, so obviously we don't have gunplay here. We have the new and awesome Legacy Ninja Megazord, and of course the Legacy Falconzord on the back. So this is now the Legacy Ninja Mega Falconzord. Lots of words, guys. Now, there is a problem with this guy, as awesome as it looks, and I've seen so far in the Power Rangers groups that several people are having this problem, and I will go ahead and show you that problem right quick. Yeah, takes a little to no effort, and the Falconzord falls off. Now, the reason this happens, at least on mine, and probably the same for a lot of you, has to do with the bear legs. The way the Falconzord connects is through these little spring-loaded pegs right there on the back, and in the grooves right here on the Falconzord. So normally you just kind of toss it right up under there, and actually, yep, see, that's one of the problems right there. So, like that. Problem is that mine just flexes just a little bit like this, and it'll usually cause that to fall off. So what it is this leg has an issue. It's not the same leg, I don't think, for everybody, but for me, it's this one. So apparently, it's a pretty easy fix. It's just a screw. So you've got a screw down here, and you got a screw up here. But I'll go ahead and show you the issue here. Get a little, I'm way too close. Let me go ahead and pull the bear off completely, make my life easier. Alright, so here we got the bear, and you can see right there, there's a misalignment issue. There's a slightly spring-loaded, well, maybe not spring-loaded, just friction-y type of joint right there. So I'll just show you the difference here. So here's the left side, a little bit of effort, no movement. The right side, a little bit of effort. You can see how much movement that is. That's what's causing mine to fall off so easily. It'll just the sheer weight of it will cause it to shift just a little bit, and then it just starts going. So you can actually see right here how much it's moving. You can come over here. It takes a significant amount of effort to push it. Here it's just blah, and it's already off, out of line. Now I do believe he said that it was this screw right here that's the problem. This one I doubt would have any effect on it. So what it is, you can sort of see right here, this groove is what it rides on in there, and then just with friction and the way it's lined up, it sort of snaps into place. So let me see if I can find my trusty little screwdrivers. Okay, found my little micro screwdriver set, and I'm just going to tweak this one just a little bit. I don't think it's that one. Okay, so we'll try this screw here. Just a little tighter. Nope, still wiggles a little bit here. Let's see. Check all the screws. Why not? Oop, that actually put that in the way. Nope. That's weird. Still a little wobbly. It might take a little bit more. Ow. Sorry, that was a little bit pointy. Actually, that's not tightening. So, now I gotta wonder. I don't want to accidentally strip that and make it look like crap. So it just wobbles just a little too much. Okay. So I think the little spring-loaded dealie in there might be an issue too. So if I hold it just a little tighter, it's that much harder to move. Might have to get my bigger screwdriver. Hold on. Alright, got my bigger screwdriver so I can get a little bit more power on it. Although, you know what? I might have one with a slightly bigger bit, which might help. That one's kind of small. Yeah, see, that's already an issue. So I'm worried I'm slightly stripping the screw, not turning it. Nope, still wiggling. See, this one takes a decent amount of force and holds in place fine. This one just wiggles. I'm just going to go ahead and remove the screw, see if the leg comes off. I'm going to assume it does. I hate having to do surgery on things, especially when they're brand new. But we'll see if that has an effect. Oh, it looks like oh, there's another thing right here. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe the actual part that holds it on right here is the problem. Okay, how does one remove that? I don't want to take the whole thing apart. Might have to. Alright, let me go ahead and try putting this back together. If you're also having this problem, you know, leave a comment and tell me how you dealt with it. Nope, still wiggles. So I'm starting to think it's this part up here that's the problem now. Which, how to get to that, no idea. Alright. Well, I thought this was going to be a quick and easy fix, guys. It's still just wiggles that much. And I know it seems like trivial, but that is literally all it takes. Now, what would be nice is if Bandai would go ahead and just replace this half of the barefoot and give us a much bigger connector, because this is just not big enough. It should just, you know, it should fit the slot a little bit nicer. Let's see here. I'm guessing whatever it is, it carries inside. I wonder if, because this looks like, that looks like a screw cover, doesn't it? I wonder if it is. Yes, that just does nothing to help me out. Let's see, the spring-loaded, the slightly spring-loaded bit there, I don't think is helping either. I wonder if I gotta take the whole friggin' bear apart now. Which I don't even know how to do that. I think this whole side just comes off. Just 3 big screws. Let's see here. Like I said, don't like having to do surgery on things. Okay, 1. But I guess that's the whole reason I have these screwdrivers in the first place. 2. Okay, good. They're the same screws. Didn't want to have to make sure to get the same exact screws. Wow, that moved just on its own. Whoa, hello. Okay, so the whole thing just came apart right there. Alright, there is literally nothing here, so it's all part of the leg. Wonder... Okay, time to start disassembling. See what's up inside. Okay, I'm thinking, are all these screws the same size? Okay, good, those are the same. Go ahead and just take off all the screws that I can see and see what happens. So there's obviously screws holding other pieces together here. Okay, so that one's different because it's a big flathead washer screw. That's good. Okay, that little bitty one goes there. Let's not forget that. So these are coming off the legs. Let's remember that, guys. Okay, so of course 2 silver screws here. Those should be a little bitty as well. Now, one thing I do want to try to do, my black and gold Megazord, Dragon Zord, in the same way the original Legacy Dragon Zord, the legs flop down, you know, in a really not happy way. I kind of want to fix that with magnets. Maybe this will help me get that far. Let's see, here's what I want to know. Okay, so I pulled that screw out. I guess that just holds... Okay, so that just holds that on. The back half of this yellow section, I would think, would just come off now. Okay, so somehow this needs to come apart. I'm still thinking that this has something to do with it. This looks like a cover, but there's no way to pop it off that I can see. And there's nothing else from the inside. I don't think that's... Yeah, it's gotta be this cover here. I need like a plastic tool for that. I don't want to pry it off and make it bad. Okay, I'm going to pause for a second, guys. Guys, so what I've determined is that this is a little bit of a cover for inside here. So what I think the problem is, there's a kind of a mushroom peg right here that rides on the groove inside. And that's what's loose. You can see right here is that screw hole from the back side. Now, I can't get this little cover off. I think it just snaps in place. You can almost see inside the groove where it does. But what I think I'm going to have to resort to doing is there's one other screw holding this whole plate together from the outside. And I think, let me see if I can, yeah, right here. Right there-ish. Right there. If I can get that screw out, I can take the whole front panel of the leg off and it won't be a problem. Now you're saying, well, if you do that, won't you have a big hole in the side of your bear? Yes. However, if I do it back here, you won't ever see it. And I think it looks like this particular hole. Let me check. I gotta look at the reflection. It looks like this hole right here might be the way to do it. It looks like that lines up exactly with where I need to go. Now I have a trusty drill bit, and I think I'm just gonna do a quick hole. Now that hole will be completely covered up by the actual leg when it's in place, so I'm not too concerned with it. If that's not exactly the spot, then it might be right there. So it's stupid, I know, but I can't get to the thing I need to get to under normal means. And you can see there's extra bosses and holes in this thing for some reason. So I can't think of another reason for that to be there, except that that's where you have to go through the side. I'm going to have to clean up my work desk here. I'm going to pause for now. Alright guys, so after struggling with it for way too long, I did not actually fix the problem. In fact, made it just slightly worse, but I can actually repair that with a little bit more effort. But what I did do, because I was noticing a few things. Go ahead and slide this out of the way. The center medallion on the Falconzord, it's actually supposed to peg into the back here. You can see there's a circle with the same emblem. Now, one thing I did with just a little bit of super glue and a little bit of force, you can see I just stuck a magnet right there. I took apart the Falconzord, I stuck a bigger magnet inside here. Now, whenever I go ahead and install it, now the magnets are actually, you actually probably saw that just perfectly lined up right in the middle there. They're actually plugged into each other. So it's not perfect, and if you shift the arm just a little bit, just like the problem happened before, it will actually move. But if I just pull straight back on the Falconzord, it really resists coming back. If you twist it, you do lose it a little bit. But that was a simpler solution. It didn't fix the overall problem. I will go ahead and, I mean, if you saw the video already, inside here, I'm going to go ahead and pull this off. Right here on the Bear leg, this little cover is supposed to come off somehow. I've yet to determine a way to do it without breaking it. That's the main problem. I could also not separate the front and back halves of the legs. There's a kind of a mushroom peg that this slides on, and that's actually what's loose on this arm. It's not the main hinge right here. This is as tight as it'll go without breaking it, or the screw. So what needs to be done, actually the peg is up here, so when you rotate the arm to the full upright position, you can access it. You can tell that's exactly what it's made for. I cannot find anywhere a diagram on how to take this guy apart. I have taken every screw possible out of this leg, even the one that's technically from the other side that you can't get to. I've drilled a hole in the side of the bear to get that screw out, to see if I could unsandwich it, and that failed too. So without getting this plug off, I cannot access that mushroom peg to actually tighten it. Now, the reason why this is actually a little bit looser now than it used to be, I'm not going to, I'll just go ahead and pull off the Falconzord so I can show it. Wow, that really doesn't want to let go now. Okay, so now you can see it rocks a little bit more than it used to, because now the spring-loaded nub that rested against the armor is now actually conveniently going into the hole that I drilled. Now, in a lot of cases, that would actually hold it in place a lot better, and if I do it right, I can actually probably achieve that effect by filling the hole back in just enough, and it may actually work to my advantage. But realistically, the magnet idea that I added there, if you go ahead and slide that up in there, and you can see, once again, the magnets really help. It just sucks it right up into there. And, a little bit of effort, and it wants to fall out. If I put another magnet maybe back here on the back of the frog, and then right there, it'll probably stay a little bit better. But it's not falling off the way it did before. It's not even really rocking the arm back the way it did before, because now the body of the Megazord is holding the Falconzord on more than the legs of the bear. So I do like this guy. I haven't even gotten around to reviewing it yet because, well, I've been messing with it like this. So, sorry, I have to clean up my mess. But, yeah, I do like this guy, and I will be doing a review on it very shortly, both him and the Falconzord. By the way, the Falconzord is very easy to take apart. And if you have any of those like super strong, small neodymium magnets like that, you can probably even buy some at hobby stores. can potentially fix that little bitty issue there. Like I said, those pegs actually do just line up very nicely. The other thing the Bandai should probably do is, on the next version of this, release this with a much bigger or thicker tab that fills in the gap. Like I showed earlier, that gap is much larger in every direction than those tabs. Those tabs should fit that to where it doesn't even move. And like I said, this part right here, just a little bit of super glue and a big magnet stuck on the back side. The inside is actually very, very open. And you can see right there, I just stuck a little button magnet on there. It's actually just crammed in there with a pair of pliers. So that's not even glued in. Of course, as usual with a magnet, you want to make sure you got it facing the right way. And the cool thing is, oops, see, I didn't line it properly there. Now it is. The Falconzord is totally hollow. If anybody is good with like LEDs or Arduino chips, you can totally add your own sound effects and lights if you really wanted to. You could probably run wires all the way through the wings, light up the missile pods, everything, because that thing is totally, totally hollow. There we go. Alright guys, so I'm going to catch you guys later. It sucks that I could not achieve my actual goal, but I found another cool thing I did manage to do. So, alright, I'll catch you guys next time.